Pariba Ogedema,
Oreya, Oreya,
Bage, Bage, Bage,
Oreya, Oreya,
Abandana Kudua, Walerito, Aberi Kudua, Walerito, Ore Baba, Kawaluwaye, Awalerito, Ore Baba.
Americo, Agualerito, Americo, Agualerito, Raye Baba, Amaluaye, Agualerito, Raye Baba.
Abandana Kudua, Lilego, Aberi Kudua, Walerito, Ore Baba, Kawaluwaye, Awalerito, Ore Baba.
Americo, Agualerito, Americo, Agualerito, Raye Baba, Amaluaye, Agualerito, Raye Baba.
Baba, Baba, Sorobo, Baba, Baba, Soroso, Kawaluwaye, Yakone, Baba, Sire,
Baba, Baba, Soroso, Baba, Baba, Soroso, Baba, Luaye, Yakone, Baba, Sire,
Sire, Sire, Boba,
Baba, Sire,
Sire, Sire, Boba.
Baba, Sire,
Ayana ni boro, ayano ni boro, gasoga no me lo diga.
Ayana, 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 Ayana,
Ayano ni boro, gasoga no me lo diga.
Ayana, Ayana, Ayana,
No fue, mau piña, no fue, la mau piña, no fue.
Towe, Towe, Amaupiña, Mawe,
Mau piña, no fue, la mau piña, no fue.
Towe, Towe, Amaupiña, Mawe,
Azogara, cara, suya, cuera, suya, cuera.
Tato, Ana, Cara, Tuya, Wea,
Suya, cuera, suya, cuera.
Tato, Ana, Cara, Tuya, Wea,
Que majeda, le da, mal cuento. Majeda, le da, mal cuento. Acaso, gano, mato, puto, maijera. Majeda, está, mal cuento. Acaso, gano, mato, puto, maijera.
Aeta, 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 Mai, Hueco, Amato, Ano, Mato, Puto, Mai, Aeta, Aeta, Mai, Hueco, Amato, Ano, Mato, Puto, Mai,
Que majeda, le da, mal cuento. Majeda, le da, mal cuento. Acaso, gano, mato, puto, maijera. Majeda, le da, mal cuento. Acaso, gano, mato, puto, maijera.
Aeta, Aeta, Mai, Hueco, Aeta, Aeta, Mai, Hueco, Amato, Ano, Mato, Puto, Mai, Aeta, Aeta, Mai, Hueco, Amato, Ano, Mato, Puto, Mai, Uye, Mauye, Uye, Mauye, Mauye, Uye, Mauye, Uye, Mauye, Mauye, Uye, Mauye, Uye, Mauye, Mauye, Uya, Naipo, Uya, Naipo, 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 Naipo,
Greetings, loves. Greetings. How y'all doing? How's everyone doing? So I tried to share as much as I could, and I did tell y'all I was gonna have an interview this evening. So I really wasn't sure of the time, but hey, here we are. And it is telling me that Hangouts actually is gonna be going after a while. Okay, so that's interesting. Okay, so I have Melanated Awareness in the building, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys aren't familiar with who she is, but you're gonna learn today. Peace, sis. How are you? You on mute.
Let me unmute myself. Hello, everybody. Peace and blessings to everybody.
So, do you want me to call you by your name, or by your channel name, or I forgot to ask you that.
Oh, you can just call me Dion. That's fine.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Okay, so yeah, I did see you originally in the Nature Boy arena, and I saw you also have a personal mission of your own that's very deep. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and give your own intro and let people know how you got introduced to what's going on, and let people know what you got going on.
All right. So I'm Dion again. How I entered this journey right here is because first with the Elysia Bishop journey, I was online and I have been following his channel for probably about I've seen it for probably like 2 years or so online. At first it seemed like it started out as something that was going to be positive. Then I seen it go to a negative state, and then I seen them bring kids into the situation. And when I saw them bringing kids into the situation, which I know what this sex cult is all about, then that got me very worried about the situation. So I started doing videos every day on my YouTube channel, and it was I started trying to spread awareness about this, putting out information and so forth. And the reason why it touches me so much is because I was already for the last, I say about 9 months, I have been going live online because I have a niece that's 11 years old that we have not seen for 7 years. That we have been, I'm on a journey alone. Well, actually with my daughter as well, but her own parents are not trying to find this baby and find out what's going on with her. She's being kept by a known prostitute, someone that is known to be violent towards children. And I'm just really into this situation and into this journey because of the simple fact that we as Black people, as melanated people, we're not standing up for our community. We tend to sweep things under the rug
Right.
on a regular basis, and it's been for generations. It's a generational curse, and I feel like that we need to start waking up, start standing up for our melanated community, and quit sitting down and shutting up because it's the babies that are being hurt. These are these are people, little people that cannot speak out for themselves, and we're just just sweeping up in the rug like it's no big
Right.
deal. So my
Mhm.
mission is to
Yeah.
turn this
And when
around.
I when you speak about your niece, uh-huh. Yeah, when you speak about your niece, that's what really made me stay when I first saw your platform, because I saw that journey that you were going on and you were broadcasting, and I was like, hold on, what is really going on over here? And it was something that I have not seen anyone bring forth publicly in such a way. So you say your niece is with a woman and she's a known prostitute. So how did that situation come about, and why is it that you have to fight for her? What?
Well, it's how it came about is because I mean, point blank.
Are you there?
My niece ended up getting parents that don't care about her. You feel me? And they let her get with someone that grew up with our family. I never met this young lady, but you
Mm-hmm.
know, they both were. Their other part of their life is more important, like drugs and everything, is more important than their own child. So my niece ended up getting taken legally
Right.
because this young lady went behind the backs of my brother, and she went and got this legal guardianship. Now, my thing is, yeah, this happened, but the courts, they don't care about our kids, and especially if we don't step up,
Okay.
then they're definitely not going to care. So me personally, I care about my niece. So since I've seen that my brother has not done anything, you know, even though I have been more
Right.
of the moral support, I haven't been there as far as this portion of it, because I mean, I do have my own family and so forth. I live hours away from my brother. He lives all the way up like 17 hours away from me. And so I've been trying to work with him over the years through this way, telling him what he needs to do. He's been saying he's been doing it,
Mm-hmm.
and he's been lying. So now what I've done is I've got into the situation even more, and I've been showing my journey. I've been showing it as I go, because sometimes, not sometimes, but when these situations do occur, we have to put in work, and it's unconditional love. It's a whole lot of time. It's a lot of sacrifice that I'm putting here, because of the simple fact that nobody cares. And I got family that's on my platforms that know what I've been broadcasting about, and these people do not even feel the need to share it. They feel like they will just mind their business. And that's what we're finding in our communities now, that people are minding their business that's in our Black communities. And therefore, we're getting a faulty foundation as being our babies. Because
Mm-hmm.
this is what's got a hold of us. We're not going to stay the same
Mm-hmm.
age for the rest of our lives. So we need to have a better foundation, and we need to start somewhere.
Right. And that's another reason why I took interest in what you were doing, because like you said, you know, the parents that she was born to. I mean, that happens. That's it's sometimes we don't really have any control over that. We can be an influence to people around us, but we don't really have any control over that. And so, we still, have a role to play in people's lives around us. And, a
Hmm.
lot of times people do turn a blind eye, and they just only worried about themselves. They only worried about living their best life, if you will. And I've heard you use that phrase as well to describe the people in your family and what they're doing versus trying
Yes.
to help you out. And so it is very refreshing and interesting to see someone who's actually fighting for someone who is even not their own child when their own parents aren't doing it.
Exactly.
That's not something that we often see. And actually going through the steps and emotions and putting it out there for the world to see, and not having no shy no shame about it. So another thing is, when I hear you, and the conversations are being had about like carbonation and everything, and you're saying it not like diligently, but just kind of softly, like, in your opinion, the more the parents or the family should come forth a little bit.
Hmm.
I get where you're coming from on that. I get your
Right.
standpoint on that. I get your thought process on that because of what you're going through.
Right.
And that you see the effects of people being more quiet. You see how that doesn't really help much, and it actually, in most cases, hurt more than help. So I kind of get where you're coming from with that. And sometimes people choose to be quiet about stuff because they may be being strategic and they may be working on some stuff. But sometimes people just, they'll feel more shame even being known to be attached to
A
whatever's
situation.
going
That's
on.
right. Well, I know my family's probably pretty ashamed,
Yeah.
but I mean, I really just don't care, because like I tell all of them, I'm gonna feel the same exact way, because at this point, y'all have basically said forget my niece. So to me, it's forget y'all. So they like literally called me the other day on alive, and they were like laughing and joking about my other cousin, going to jail or something. And they were like, really on this live, this is what they call it. I was like, what did y'all call me for? I was
Wow.
very calm. And they were sitting up here just joking. I was like, what do y'all want? Like, for real. And they were still joking and everything about my cousin. Like, not one of them said anything to me about my niece. I was like, look, I love y'all. I'm out. That was just it. Because why are y'all calling
Mhm.
me and y'all know what I'm going through?
Right.
So this is what I mean when I say the parent. We have like lost our love for one another,
Yes.
and we got to start remembering again. We got to get back to being spiritual, because when you're spiritual with one another, you'll feel that frequency. You got to wake it back up and remember it, because right now, this is the way that our people are right now. It's sad and it's embarrassing
Mhm.
and it's very shameful.
I agree. And I just want to be clear too. You didn't say that your niece is with someone and she's doing fine. You didn't necessarily, speak on that yet, but I know in your videos you do suspect that she isn't very happy where she is, right?
Oh, she's not, and I don't know if I had let y'all know or not, or she has an open CPS case. This is how I managed to track it down. This is how I was able to track this young lady down. Like I said, I've been doing this for 9 months. Probably a month ago, I tracked her down through CPS. So there has been child abuse substantiated upon my niece with this young lady involved.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. So there's
So I
definitely
when I
reason for
saw
you
that
to
picture
worry,
of my
and there's reason. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I said when I showed that picture to my brother, I'm like wondering, why don't you have a sense of urgency? Why do I have to wake you up in the morning when it's time to get done? Trying to get this stuff done. It's many days that I'm on the phone calling this boy because he's the key to a lot of the situation, and
Mm-hmm.
he's not answering
Because
his
he's the
phone. I
father,
got
right? He's
somebody
the
else.
natural father.
He's that's my brother. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm saying he's her natural
he's the
father.
dad. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's not. This is a blood relative. He's my brother.
Right.
This is his daughter.
Yeah, I just want to help people understand because I've been watching your videos, but
Oh yeah,
I
this
just
is
want
his.
to help everybody else understand that he is her natural father.
He's legit. Yeah, he's legitimized as the father. This is. I
Right.
mean, this is my niece. This is his
Yeah.
daughter, and he just chooses to like turn his back. And we were when I went to Georgia. I went to Georgia. Was it last Monday? Monday before last, I went to Georgia, and I had told him that we were going to
Hmm.
pay for his ticket because I got another spiritual sister that's up there that's working with him as far as helping. She's in up north in Jersey, and she's been helping him pay for Ubers and stuff. He's not going to fill out the paperwork. She's Ubering him there for I don't know what. I'm gonna tell you that he's not filling out the papers.
Mm.
We told him we would pay for him to get here. He's not. He's not trying to do anything. He didn't even come. I was on the road all that Monday, bouncing around from DeKalb County to Clayton County, to Jonesboro. I'm moving through for his daughter, and he's out talking about he's having lunch with somebody else and their kids. And I'm just saying how people are so you have these kids and then put the kids out there and they just gotta suffer because you just don't have the time.
Yeah.
You
And
living your best
unfortunately,
life.
some people may, yeah. Unfortunately, some people may feel like, well, the child is better off than, and some of your family members may even be saying the same thing, but that doesn't necessarily make it the case. But I can imagine that it probably will make it harder for you when it comes to dealing with those people, being that, the biological parents aren't doing much to help you.
Yeah,
But I just,
it's real sad. It's just really sad.
because it's
And
like,
all I
it's
can do is
nothing you
just
can really, go ahead.
no, all I can do is just keep on doing what I'm doing. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, yeah. And so because how old is she? Like
She's
15?
11. See, at the
Oh,
beginning,
wow.
when my brother had, when she's been missing for 7 years. When my brother had her at first, he basically, I told him I was like, look, leave her here with me. I'll take care of her. That's when
Mhm.
I'm down south. And my sister told him the same thing. And he knew he couldn't take care of this baby. And so that's the reason why I'm kind of wondering now what's going on with this situation. The reason why it's so, it's so sketchy. It's a very sketchy situation. If this
Yeah,
girl was supposed to be a cousin of ours, that she grew up with us as a family member, then why would she be hiding
mm-hmm.
my niece?
Yeah, because you
Like,
said
what's the
she's
reason for
literally
that?
running from you guys. Like,
Yeah, she's literally running from us. Yeah.
yeah,
And I just that's the reason why I say at times you have to go ahead and speak out. You can't sit back and just be quiet and move in silence, because a lot of times when you're moving in silence, I feel like I might have taken a little something off my niece now, because with all of the everything I've been doing, the digging and everything, it's gonna make it so you got people coming out checking on her now. You feel me?
mm-hmm.
There's an awareness out there. Hey, something could be going on with this baby, so that
Right.
may have lightened up on my niece on some, whatever that she may be going through. But yeah, I'm gonna keep on doing what I gotta do, because it's not fair to these babies that people not speak up for them.
And she hasn't gotten her name changed, has she?
No, her name isn't changed. Remember she's in the CPS. There's a child protective service order open on her. I just found that out like 3 weeks ago.
Wow.
So
So
she
the
does
order
have an
is
open.
because the woman has done something recently. I mean, if you want to say her name, I don't mind.
Yeah, Ineza. I mean,
If
Denise Davis is the one that has her. Yeah, she's
yeah,
the
if you
one that
wanted
has
to
her.
tell what your niece's name is, somebody
And
could be
my
listening.
niece's yeah, my niece's name is Inasia McLean. Yeah, Inasia McLean. And I even let the social workers at the defects know. I was like, I say y'all gonna know my niece's name, because the social workers are even really cruel. They told me that I gotta go get a lawyer when I'm letting them know about this lady, and she literally told them that my brother was deceased and the mother of that baby is deceased. So I was like, y'all didn't feel the need to check that
Wow.
out? Yeah. I said, y'all didn't check that
So
out?
the woman who ended up getting custody or temporary guardianship of your niece told them that the parents of your niece is deceased, but that's not true.
No, my brother's living.
And they didn't
The
check it out.
mother's living
Oh,
too.
that's
They didn't
crazy.
check it out.
No
That's the
obituary, no.
system that we're living in. Yeah, no nothing, but they're just taking it out, and I'm sure she's doing some fraudulent things. You feel me?
Man.
And when her
Yeah,
her
that's kind of like,
go ahead, sweetie.
go ahead.
I was just
Well,
saying
I
that
was just thinking about what's the name of the Malia
Malia, yeah.
Social Services dropped the ball with her too.
They dropped the ball with a whole bunch of kids, and there's nothing ever done about it.
And I mean, that was a bit. I mean, come on, a child has brain surgery though.
hmm
Like, why do you don't get to the root of the
They don't get
injuries?
to the root because they don't care, and the thing about it is they don't care because we don't care enough. If we start, whenever something happens with the Caucasians or whatever, they look out for this. I mean, anything happen with anybody else's nationality, they look out for their nationality. It's us that don't care
Hmm.
about our own.
Yeah, and we have to start doing that.
And yeah, if you don't show that, then nobody else is gonna care. They're gonna be like, y'all don't care.
Hmm.
They'll take that's what they're saying probably now online with all this stuff going on. Y'all don't really care about them kids, so y'all will focus totally on them kids.
Right. And a different story says you need a lawyer. But my, not saying that that's not possibly a good idea, but what's up with the child advocates? They don't advocate for the children. I'm not saying that they always do what's best for the children, but they do have child advocates.
I'm gonna need to look into that. I have a court date on the 24th of this month,
Hmm.
so I'm trying to get get some things situated right now, because what I'm trying to do is have a movement where we're actually helping out in different communities. But I'm gonna start it off. I'm working on something now, and
Okay.
so it can help out, because people need, nobody's. I know our community. It's a lot of people in our community that don't have the resources, nor do they have the finances to just up and do, and sometimes the resources are there, but they just don't know that they're there. They don't know what to do. Just like with this court situation, I didn't know what to do until I had to start, I started reaching out. When I got online and everything and started reaching out, that's when I started getting people that actually were able to start helping me, telling me what I needed to do, telling me what papers to file. And so this is the type of organization that I want to go ahead and form for people that are going through situations such as these. Have certain types of money set aside for people that are, they may need they snatch off and go out of town and go, they may need to go somewhere so they can take care of some court things. They need to just
Take off
education. They need
work.
to be educated on certain situations. They
Mhm.
need to be educated on this.
Right. Right. Or
And
giving
I'm
legal
just trying to get
advice.
something in our community.
Even just
Hmm?
support or counseling.
Exactly.
I saw you interview someone on your Instagram, and she was offering some kind of
Yeah, Sister Mary.
help.
Sister Mary.
So that was,
Hmm.
yeah,
And
that was really
she said
nice.
she got a lot of people that gave her a call too for it.
That's good. That's really good because a lot of people tend to want to shy away from, because I think she was offering what, mental help?
Yeah, it's for mental health. That's what I said.
Is
We have a
yeah.
mental illness in our
Mm-hmm.
society, in our community, in our Black community, and we need to start addressing it.
Mm-hmm. A different story says, "Can you prove she's unfit to care for her?" Well, you did say that she was a well-known prostitute.
Yeah, she's a known prostitute. It's been definitely told that she has definitely abused my niece. That's when people that's in my family. There's
Say
some
what?
other things I don't want to bring out right now, but I do have
Yeah,
everything.
I
Yeah, I
missed
have
that part.
everything in public
And I
record,
was
and I will
thinking that
be.
just now too, that if she's a prostitute,
It wouldn't be a
you
problem with
know,
her trafficking a kid that's not hers. If you'll traffic
yeah,
yourself,
that's
it's not gonna be a problem for you to do that.
mhm, mhm,
Yeah, anybody that
yeah,
holds a child hostage for no reason, that gives me all the reason that I need right there. I don't need anything else. That's proof
yeah,
enough. So
yeah,
nobody has to, that right there, that's proof enough for me. You're holding my niece
yeah.
hostage. Normal thing. I get to see my other nieces and nephew. You feel me? So that's a problem right there. That's unfit. That's alienating a child away from their family is actually a
Mhm.
crime.
And some people, it could be mental issues that she has, if any, and not anything else. Because remember the woman that took the baby at the hospital, when I forgot the name already, but she took the baby from the woman when she had her, black
Mhm.
woman, um, many years ago, and raised her up until she was
Mhm.
about 18 or whatever. And then they found out that she wasn't the mother, and she ended up going to prison.
Right.
But
Yeah.
she just wanted to have her own baby. Like, but you're willing to take somebody else's baby.
Exactly.
So
And those
people
things right
do
there,
it.
it goes under the radar unless you say something about it.
Hmm. Hmm. It's really sad. Peace, Steve. Peace, Wenderly. So it's really sad. So you have, I guess, been getting a little bit into the carbonation situation a little bit when it comes to what's going on with the children, but not really too much anything else, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you said you're asking me my how do my views on that.
Well, I see that you're doing some like commentary and interviewing people on it a little bit, and you had a live today where you were trying to get down to the heart of what happened with the Jazzy situation, and
Mhm.
I guess your live was take it in another direction from what I
Yeah,
can
it
see.
goes to show you again the mental illness in our community, and I'll continue to press
Hmm.
on that because it is a mental illness. Anytime I'm bringing up something about kids, and I'm asking,
Hmm.
what's going on with that, because like I said, I had been offline for a couple of days because I'm trying to concentrate on getting my niece back into the family with us, and so I hadn't been up here. But when I did get back online, or the times that I did glance, I seen something about some children. And like I said, I don't get into the drama. I don't care about the drama. That's not what moves me. Anything that's happening with the babies, that's what moves me. So when I hear something about a bath and a man, and a man that's not this baby's father, and then you're the mother, and you're giving out strikes. Now I'm hearing the strikes, but I'm trying to talk about this online, and people just like sweep it under the rug like it's no big deal.
Right, right. And my fear is that that's what's going to happen with that situation. You know,
Hmm.
like was sharing it with you before we went live because I know that that's something that you don't play with, and I just feel like with everybody only being concerned with what beef will get them temporary attention, that's something that's probably gonna go unnoticed. And then with her saying that she's got a speaking engagement to speak on this issue,
Yeah, my views on
it's
that is, yeah, if you have a speaking engagement, then you most definitely need to be speaking about your wrongs in that situation, most definitely.
hmm, yep. And I don't see her in a position where she's even. I don't know if it's a case of whether she's willing to or she's capable of acknowledging or seeing. I think seeing is a better word. Seeing that there was even something where she was out of place at.
Well, when you gave the first strike, once you knew something had happened, once you knew that this man that was not your kid's father, for one,
Hmm.
once you knew that there was this man that you are just meeting was giving your child a bath, there should have been no strikes, period, point blank. So anything that
Right.
happened there and after was totally your fault, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
Exactly. Exactly. And it's just as cut and dried as that. And I'll take it even further and say this because you could say that, I could say that, and someone can still argue as she has tried to do now when she came back in the other video I played. She has come back and tried to say, "Well, what's wrong with giving the baby a bath?" Okay, if she want to try to argue that, then let's go back to the fact that this female was the one who introduced this story to everybody. And when she initially introduced the story to everybody, she herself expressed that she initially had a problem with him giving the child a bath. And that is why she gave him a strike. So, being that she had a baby, I mean, had a problem with him giving the baby a bath, and she out her, the fuck you give my baby a bath up, huh? You don't even fool with her like that,
It's like you being ratchet online about something serious. That's what I
right?
get from the situation, and I'm gonna say that because this is what you're doing.
Right.
That's just point blank. There's no way to sugarcoat it. You being real ratchet about something that's very serious and that's affecting our
Mhm.
young babies these days, and it's been affecting them.
Thank you. Exactly. Exactly. And it's not nothing to play with. And to turn around and then later on come back and then say, um, why y'all mad? Because he gave my baby a bath. If I'm not mad and the father's not mad and the father gives plenty of baths to women that, children of women that he's dated and all that. No, you don't get to play games with this kind of situation and it's okay. And then all of a sudden you got a speaking engagement.
I mean, I will have to question any woman for that matter, especially this day and time, anytime really, point blank. Because I've always even told my daughter that you don't. I don't care if it's your father. You don't sit in no man's lap. Period. That's what we know, point blank. So now you got a whole man that's not your kid's father giving a bath.
Right.
You didn't pass the point of the lap thing and went all the way to a bath and you giving strikes out. Like you
Right.
totally should be ashamed of yourself.
Right.
That's not the way that a queen operates over her babies, over her offspring. She is to watch this offspring. She is to nurture this offspring. She is to protect this offspring.
Mm-hmm. And the problem is that if you knew that there was a boundary crossed already, then this was someone that you shouldn't have had around your child. And she continued to have him around her child. Not only that, she herself, after even saying that she was watching him around the child, gave her child a bath, left her child on the bed in what, a towel, with
So it's like, what are you
him
doing? You playing? Are you
near.
playing games with your child's well-being?
I don't.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
this
like really. I be
and
asking
for
people. Ask yourself that question: are you playing a game with a person, a child, a baby that cannot speak for themselves?
right, exactly, exactly, and for anyone who would even remotely try to defend these actions, defend or justify any of it, and the way that she's been spinning this story around or try to defend any of it, it's just absolutely ridiculous. You know, it's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, you suffer
It
from
is
mental
because if
illness.
she had, yeah, absolutely, because if she had done what she was supposed to do the first time, then the child wouldn't have been allowed to be violated. And so now all of this that's going on is just
And then now
exploiting
it's just
the entire
speculation, though.
situation.
That's what it is now. Now it's just speculation because now you have to always wonder. Oh man, I left my child in this situation. I wonder did this really happen? I wonder did that happen? Because you don't even know if this was the first, second, third, whatever time this was, because you already said the baby was in the bathtub. He gave the baby a bath. Okay, and you didn't. You not even. Let's not even go to that part. We didn't even say nothing about whether he did anything then. We don't know that.
Yeah,
This is speculation.
exactly.
And now you giving him a
Exactly. I
strike.
mean, this is a dangerous female while we playing. I mean, because
Mm,
this should be haunting her on another
mm,
level.
mm, mm, mm.
Like you said about the speculation, the speculation started with the bath. I mean, the way she was talking was as if she was like, "Why you over there sitting next to her? Like, why you over there with that female? Why you sitting so close to her though?" You know, okay, all right, cool. I'm gonna watch you from now on when you get around so and so. You know, or why you? What was you texting your ex for? You know,
Like, this is your
okay,
child. This is your child.
right, 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 and it should haunt her about what happened when she left the baby on the bed. You know, the
I
baby
feel like
told
it'll
her
haunt
something
her if she
happened.
has a conscience. If she does not have a conscience, then it's not gonna
Mm-mm,
haunt her. To me, if you're doing things like this and you're putting this online and you're not up here and you're not addressing yourself, you're not doing a self check. Hey, I fucked up, like point blank. I messed up. Excuse my language for the y'all that don't speak like that, but I get really passionate about this and it really pisses me off. You messed up. That's what you
right.
need to be saying. You don't sit there and glorify things like this
Mhm.
online, because to me, I will put you in the same category with Elysia, because
Exactly.
you are protecting a predator. You go directly anything that has to do with kids and you're protecting a predator from a child, you go right in the same category.
Right. And see, this is what I'm talking about. So someone is in the chat and they're saying, I'm sorry, I didn't get that from her. I think it's just not clear. But in hindsight, everything's 2020. Now, before we got started, I played for Dion the tapes of her own speakings. Okay.
There is nothing unclear about it. There's nothing unclear about it.
Dion, I told you my age. I'm 42. Are you? I don't want to
I got you
be
by
rude.
2 years. I'm 44.
Okay, see, so maybe that's maybe
It could
it's
play a
just
part. It can most definitely play a part.
maybe it's the generation now. It's
It may be the
just
generation, but it also, and I will continue to say it, it is also a mental illness for someone to try to take up for that period point blank. There's nothing to take up about that. Nothing at all.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Even if you miss those, because she did take down at least one that I know of. We're saying it as clear as can be, and I know you. This is hearsay, unless you have seen it for yourself. But even as if someone is reading a book to you or telling you a story, the comprehension of what we're trying to express should still, you know,
Hello,
um,
it should
but
really ring out in your head. That's not right. You
yeah,
don't sit a kid in a situation like that, period. You don't try, you don't play. These are type of things that are detrimental in our society, in our black melanated community. This is the reason why we have weeds like Eligio, because these this is offspring that is being put out here. They're not being nurtured. And so when you don't nurture a garden, then you're gonna get weeds. You get Eligios, and you get people that think it's okay, and people that sweep things under the rug, and people try to butter it up, try to sugarcoat. There's nothing to sugarcoat about putting a child's life in some type of danger, point blank.
yeah, yeah. And my concern is also for the many times that these conversations are being had, and the children are in the background and they're listening to this. That child was 2 years old then, and the child is much older now. And this whole speaking engagement thing and all this attention that she wants from it. But what are you telling this child about what may or may not have happened to her? I mean, you're gonna look at the child and say, "Hey, okay, you was molested when you was 2."
And what else that's right. What else are you adding to that? This is how things continue to go under in our society. This is the reason why things go off the radar. Why we got so many little Malias disappearing and getting, just being killed. And then, everybody's standing up for the situation after the fact. Everybody's investigating. Everybody's got so many prayers in the air. But nobody's celebrating these babies while they're here, while they're living. Nobody's protecting
Right,
these children.
right, right. Because when I think about like with your niece or whatever, um, there's got to be a reason for everything. And it's probably, I think being with you would probably be a good place for your niece. Probably being with her parents, maybe not so much, and maybe that's why it's not happening, and it didn't happen. And I mean, they could probably help you pursue her, but for some reason, it just seems like it just wouldn't be a good
It
fit,
doesn't fit into
and
their
that's why the
schedules.
universe
It
is.
doesn't, yeah, it doesn't fit into their schedules. It's like I did a video the other day when I was coming from the library. I had to do a lot of faxing. I had to do a lot of certifying mail and everything. And so I was speaking to my spiritual sister, and she was telling me that my brother was talking about, oh, well, should I have to suffer just because I don't have my niece? And my answer to that was yes. Why wouldn't you be suffering? You should be starving if you don't have your child with you. I'm talking about you should be going through hell if you don't have your child with you, and you know that the circumstances is because of you, and you know you can do something about it. You should be starving. You don't need any luxuries.
Right. Yeah. It's just, I think people have different mindsets. They have different wiring. They have different traumas that they're going through and trying to sort out, different demons that they're dealing with. Um, she says, what I got was as she noticed things, she took actions. I also believe young women today need more guidance and nurturing conversations like these to be had as well. Okay, I agree. But when you say what you got was that as she noticed things, she took actions. Well, someone else came in my chat when I was mentioning this. I was talking about this before, and they were not happy with my standpoints on the situation, and they was like, well, at least she prosecuted him, or at least she filed charges, or went to the jailhouse and everything. you know okay, I mean, that's like, you want me to give you a cookie
We
for being a
get that.
father,
Yeah, we get that.
you
He should
know
have done that, but it should have never happened.
but what about, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it just shouldn't have never happened. It should never have gotten to that standpoint where you're having to press charges. Why would your child have to go through something for you to do something? That makes no sense. It's backwards. You protect that
Right.
child ahead of time. So you wouldn't have to be going to the press no charges. Yeah, yeah, you did that. Whoop de whoop. You should be pressing charges on yourself.
Hmm. Yes. And sometimes we do have to do that. Sometimes we got to beat ourselves up a little bit, And usually I'm the type of person, I beat myself up all the time for stuff. And it's like, hey, sometimes we got to do that, man.
I mean, you do have
Sometimes
to
we got to
self
do
check.
that.
You gotta self check. You have to. We're
Yeah.
not perfect. We're not perfect. We all make mistakes, and most definitely when you're making a mistake and you're trying to spread some type of awareness concerning a child, then you need to call yourself out for your mistakes that you're making. You can't be a hypocrite. That's what you shouldn't be.
Right. It's like, it makes me wonder, like, do people sometimes wait for something big to occur so you can say, like, hey, yeah, I definitely jumped in front of that car and grabbed that child, instead of saying, yeah, he gave my child a bath and I kicked his butt on up out of here, girl.
Mm-hmm.
So some girls
Exactly.
can say, child, now look at you. You don't have no man at all. That was just dumb because he was helping you with your baby. I mean, so I don't know what that's about. I'm not sure. But how can you, after he definitely, touch your baby, still go back and say it wasn't an issue for him to do something as suspect as bathe my child outside of my presence without prior permission from me when he normally doesn't do that, even though I have already admitted that when it happened, I took an issue with it. How can you say that after he already molested your child? You
No,
can't
because
tell me something is
at
wrong with
the
that.
end of the
Isn't
day,
wrong with that.
you're protecting the predator. At the end of the day,
Hmm.
that's what you're doing.
And you open the door. Come on, guys. It basically, you are also a predator as well. You are his aider and abetter. You assisted him in the action, whether you guys want to believe it or not. Men and women do this knowingly or unknowingly. I'm not sure.
Yeah, because I'm
I
still
guess
trying to get the
it's
point
like
where you said that she put the baby in a towel and left the baby in there with him. That's
thank you.
I'm still wondering about this point. Like he's already giving your baby a bath without. Then you're gonna push it you're gonna push it more. Like what's wrong with you?
That's the part right there. That's the part right there that can't be overlooked. I mean, you add all of these things up together. If she already expresses, you don't even fool my baby like that, meaning he really don't like children. He really don't deal with you. Okay, see, this is why I correlate a lot of this with Nature Boy. Nature Boy was saying in the live that I was just playing last night, we don't have no children here. We don't have no babies here. He kept saying
Mm-hmm.
that. I'm not a pedophile. We don't have no babies here. There's only two. But he kept saying, we don't have no babies here. We don't have no babies here. But there's only two babies here. And I kept
Mm-hmm.
saying, no, 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 no. It can't be both. Which one is it? Either you don't have none there or there's two. Which one? It's only True's baby and our baby. But we don't have no children here. We don't have no children here. He kept saying both. Like, it's like he fucking with your mind.
Yeah,
And she
exactly.
doing
That's
the same
exactly what
thing.
it is.
Yeah. It's like But that can't nobody say there ain't no children here. David and his little two, his family are they gone. There's no children here. There's no children here. He kept doing that to y'all. But then he'll turn around and say, I got a little girl. I got my little girl. How can I go down the street and somebody stop me? Hold on, but you keep saying there's no children here. Your little girl and True's little girl, those are children. Especially
Those are
True's
babies,
little
but
girl. That's
they
not
said he
your
said he
baby.
doesn't treat them as adults. They said they treat
Something.
them as adults.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Exactly. And you could tell the playing with them is fake, and you see the baby barely.
You
I
know
could say
what?
barely
Another thing I was wondering.
now.
The other day, because everybody was posting that video of all of them jumping around in a trampoline and everything, right? That was all the women outside jumping around on the trampoline, right?
Mhm.
So at this point, the first thing that pops in my head, that would pop in everybody else's head, that's on the same frequency, is where are these babies at? When y'all got these rapists and y'all got pedophiles over there, where the babies at?
Mhm. Mhm.
Y'all got these babies
Yeah.
laying. Every time I see the babies don't never have clothes on. Where are these babies at?
While they having their orgies and stuff,
Yeah, where are these babies at? But
they don't have any cribs or anything for the babies to sleep separately.
they said they all sleep together.
Mhm. Uh-huh. My wife, she's breastfeeding my son. That video would never go away. I don't care. It would never go away. He was trying
And
to
then I hate
he
the fact. Go ahead.
well, I was just gonna say he's embarrassed by that video. The video I was playing last night when he was trying to explain and all that stuff. He to this day he's embarrassed by that video. When he was explaining, somebody asked him about it and he was like, I explained all that. You could tell by the way he couldn't even get it out of his mouth. He was looking away. His head was down, and he was like, "It was a mistake. It was a mistake." I explained that. I mean, he's embarrassed by that because he know it wasn't righteous.
He's not righteous. Ain't nothing about the situation righteous. And anybody that brought their kids over there, they should be ashamed of themselves. And anybody having kids with this man knowingly, um, having kids with this man, and you know that he's has STDs, and you're bringing kids into the world with this dude, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Mhm. Mhm. Backtracks everything. And this is the same thing that I see her doing. And it's like, you guys, if you want to be like Nature Boy's followers, go right ahead. But I mean, that's what you're starting to look like when I mean, this is clear as day. I mean, you got, when it comes to all that other stuff they be beefing about, I don't care. But when it comes to this situation, no, nope, can't do it. Can't do it. Not at all. Because let me tell you something. If you had a problem with him bathing your child, you said that, okay? You say you gave him a strike and put him on watch. Okay, there was a problem with that. People expressed having a problem with that. Then you said you gave the baby a bath and you laid the baby on the bed in a towel.
And it's like,
Came back,
why? Where did you go for 20 minutes?
yeah.
What did
That's
you?
what I
How
was
did
going to
you
say.
feel that
She
your
even
baby
gave
was
a time
safe?
frame for how long she was gone out the room
Yeah, how did
and
you know that
came
your
back.
baby was safe? You didn't know that your baby was safe. What were you doing? Were you recording something? That's what I would
Like,
like to
pay
know.
attention. This is after she already said there was an issue and there was a strike and the dude was on watch. That's
Like I
like
said, I wasn't
saying
paying any
somebody is
this
on
no
a
attention until I.
that's like saying somebody is on a pedophilia list or whatever,
Mhm.
and he not supposed to be around no schoolyards, and he's reported for being on close to a schoolyard, and the police say don't do it again. I don't think that's gonna happen. I
You
don't
just
think that's gonna happen.
giving a pedophile a chance with your child. It makes you, like you said, you aiding and abetting. And the thing about it though,
Yeah.
you can't get mad when somebody checking you, because these are the things that need to be checked. You can't get mad when you're wrong unless you just got no conscience, or you don't have
Right.
no type of, you don't have a moral way of thinking.
And I think the problem with that too is that she knows that her following is going to take up for her blindly. Her following is going to look for ways to defend her
Well, I say the
and
same thing
praise
to her
her
followers
and
as
give
I
her.
say to the melanated carbonation. Their followers are mentally ill anytime that they take up for that.
Mhm,
Something's wrong with you.
mhm.
Anybody that take
Yeah,
up for that. That's somebody told me one
yeah,
time
because
to
that's
separate the message, because it was about this carbonation thing. They were like, well, sometimes you just gotta separate the message from the messenger. I was like, no, nobody can tell me. Anybody that lets his son play with his private parts, there you can't separate a message. There's no message after that. There's nothing you could tell me. Period.
yeah, yeah. Because I mean, these people can go somewhere else and get a message. I mean, what I tell people when it comes to something like that, when they say separate the message from the messenger, is for me being spiritual amongst other things. I feel like be careful with that messenger while you overlooking stuff because you don't know what he's giving you along with that message that you're taking in. It could be programming you.
Mm-hmm.
It could be cursing you. Okay, it could be putting a hex on you. You know, you could be putting some juju on you. He could be putting some, sickness on you. He could be all kind of stuff. I ain't gonna lay everything out for you, but be careful about that. Separate the message mess.
That's somebody
Everybody
with a
can't
weak
study it.
mind.
Yeah, everybody can't study everything. Sometimes, because studying everything requires, yeah, separating the message from the messenger, because everything comes from everywhere. You know, I don't know.
And even the women that's over there that's sleeping with these pedophiles too. That's another sick
Yeah,
thing that I'm thinking about. Y'all sleeping with them and
yeah.
getting pregnant and having babies with these pedophiles.
Hmm. Yeah, this whole mission about rescuing these women, I haven't been, I don't, that's why I say I'm not on no rescue mission team. I'm not collabing with them. Hey, if people feel like they genuinely are supposed to be doing something and they're genuinely moved to, I'm not here to knock anything, but I just see deeper than that. And I've been knew that these women, they have a soul tie there with this dude, and they lie for him. They are manipulating people as well. And some of these people that do commentary, they kind of know this. Some of them may not. I don't know, but all this, we got to save so and so, we got to rescue them, this, that, and the third. You know, it's it's wasted efforts. You know, these people don't want to be rescued. They don't want to be free. Now, that part he's telling the truth. When he say y'all want to be here, they do. The whole Joy, I already said that already. The whole Joy situation about her leaving or whatever. Um, that whole part was basically staged, in my opinion. You know, there. I think you guys were saying it earlier on your live stream that he's intelligent and everything, and he just They just step their game up a little bit. Yeah, they
Mm-hmm.
do. And Joy needed to come home to handle some of her business.
That's
Just
how
like
that other girl was trying to go home to handle her business too. Remember?
exactly. Exactly. And Joy needed to come home. And she saw that mess with a thing and didn't work like that. And they came up with something a little bit more brighter. And I've been saying Ether was still rocking with them. You know, that all that was just fake beef and just
I just
crap
wanted all
and
to come
whatever.
down. I think the people, like I always say, I really, really hope that those people reach out and get in touch with their families. Do what you got to do for your families. Love on your families. Let your families know that that you're not embarrassed to them. People make mistakes. You still love them unconditionally. Just reach out, get your kids and everything. Get these
Yeah.
grandbabies from over there. But I think this mess needs to be taken offline.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people don't agree with me about it because they're saying that if we don't take it offline, then it's gonna we're not gonna know. But my thing about it is, as long as it's online, it's gonna be a whole bunch of speculators. It's gonna be a whole bunch of him bouncing around at this place and that place, more people going over there, and there's gonna be more of our youth that are online watching this type of energy. I mean, I believe in energy big time. So this is going to be something ongoing if it does not end.
Mhm. It definitely is. I mean, when you got the people that commentate against him beefing with each other and they're going real hard against each other, when you got them posting his address every time he moved, you know, stuff like that, yeah, it's not gonna help. It's not gonna help. You know, just some of the stuff that happens actually helps him a little bit, but also people just got to understand that those females there, they work with him completely. They are down. They have a soul tie. They have a allegiance to him on a deeper level than just the surface. And it's nothing for Aya to say, no, he didn't beat the baby out of me and be lying. And for people not understand that, you know.
No, she already said that you saw her, she duped that question not too long ago.
Yep. But they'll lie for him in a minute. I mean, we've seen them all lie several times. And they lie and they manipulate. That's what they do.
And these are the things that we're going
So,
to continue to see online because he's going to continue to have people that are investigating. And that's all they're doing is investigating. There's nothing being done. I don't,
yeah.
I mean, I don't understand what happened with Mr. Marquez going over there. I know a lot of people I have my feelings about it and everybody else has their feelings about it. I just don't see I mean there's a lot I don't understand about the situation. And I just feels
Hmm.
like it's still rather they some people like, oh, it's some type, this is a reality show, it's this they just playing around. Either way, it shouldn't be online. It's got something to do with kids, putting kids' lives in jeopardy. This mess should not be online. So if it is some type of ploy or whatever, it don't need to be online representing us.
Right. Right. And then if you look at some of the commentators, you look at how they commentate, you know, you look at what they talk about specifically. Um, some of them, I've been to some because I pretty much check all of them out. I don't check out all their videos, but I kind of go check them out or whatever. Some of them be doing shows on Baby Eliana,
Mhm.
like they just like the same way that Carbonation puts her out there,
Mhm.
and they'll do shows on Baby Eliana the same way, and I'm like, why are you posting the baby? You know, when Sheba had her baby, they was doing shows posting Sheba's baby. I'm like, why are you doing that? Like, I don't understand that. Like, what you doing? So
Well, I know I done posted the babies just to show how many babies is over there.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that I haven't shown them, but I think they overdo it when they show the babies like they really showing them. They showing them like carbonation be showing them.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's pretty. It's not really anyone who isn't, you know, talking about carbonation. So, I mean, he's right that his situation, his name, his whatever he got going on rings bells. It brings in the viewers or whatever.
But people got to think about when they hear carbonation or melanated or Elysia Bishop, that you get a negative feeling every time anybody that brings that up. Even the people that are on his side gotta realize you don't feel nothing pure about that. That's pure evil.
Yeah, it is. It is. And you have to be careful, when dealing with it. So I'm not sure how careful these people are being, especially the ones that claim that they like going after him to take him down and stuff like that. I mean, from what I'm seeing, the moves that they're making, I don't think they are. I mean, look at the energy that's going on. Look at how they end up all fighting and
I don't get it how they end
then
up trying to talk to him, do interviews and stuff with him. I'm like, I don't see the reason to talk to him.
yeah,
There's no need
yeah.
that I
That's what.
wouldn't feel that ain't nothing I would be bragging
Yep.
about at all.
And I said this to plenty of times to people. It came in my chat and say I should go talk to him or will
For
I talk
what?
to him or whatever. No, I don't have any desire to say anything to him. I talk to him enough through my live stream, like, and then I know when I need to take a break from it all too, because my channel was here way before any of that mess. And I do other stuff too, but ever since I started doing that, like people don't even pay attention to my other videos anymore. So it's kind of like, oh boy, what have I done? So and I was afraid of that. But yeah, I know when to step away from it, but I wouldn't dare go over there and try to talk to him. I don't want to try to take him down. I don't want to do no investigations on it. I mean, I already know what it is. So this whole we trying to get people together and it's like everybody want to be the main person, the one who gets the most donations, the one who gets the most clout, the one who gets the most attention, the most benefit from the situation, whatever the case may be. I don't know. But it's not, whether they realize it or not, like for instance, the sister that came into your live stream today, like I feel like you gotta stay balanced because you have to be aware of what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You had a point for opening up your live stream.
Are you talking about the baby?
Huh?
Are you talking about the baby that came in? Or are you talking
Well,
about?
that too, but I mean, I'm just to start with, because like when I went back, I said, let me see what happened from the beginning, because I was trying to figure out what was the initial question, like you were trying to find out about, and I seen when she came in and how that all went down, and I was like, damn, she just came in and she was like, she let you know off top, well, I don't really know much about what you asking about, but this is what I want to talk about, and
yeah.
She pretty much took over the whole live stream talking about that. And I was just like, okay, I'll see what this is. And pretty much drew all the attention to her platform and led everybody to her platform on something totally different. But when the purpose of you going live with your time and your hour was for a question that you want to answer. And then as soon as she got off, another female hopped on and she quickly told you this wasn't really nothing. It wasn't really that. That's it. And then she just started rambling.
Yeah,
on.
she
I
got
was like,
off fast too. I noticed that.
I was like, are they running an operation here or something? What the hell going on? But I knew
Probably,
Cherry
most
was
likely.
capable of jabbing off top,
You knew she
But
was gonna take up for her. I can't take up
yeah,
for nobody that don't take up for their kids.
right. But what does
Yeah,
she
they
know?
swept that
She's
stuff up
18,
under the
no
rug
children.
fast as I don't know what.
You know,
Yeah, she's a baby. She don't realize she's a baby. She was getting
I,
mad at
I
me
think
for
she
a
needs some
second there,
mentoring.
but I let her know I ain't trying to come at you like that, sweetie. It's not even that. You are a baby.
I mean, I think she needs some mentoring. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
um, the language she shouldn't be doing half of the things that she's out here doing.
Exactly.
I think she could do well advocating, not advocating, but mentoring or coaching other young females that may be headed towards the direction that she was in, and that's what she needs to be behind the scenes doing.
Exactly.
All this upfront battling and
Yeah,
all
she
this
don't need
other
to do
stuff,
that because
that's
first
not
of
the
all,
place
she's
for
a
her.
kid. Second of all, she's getting other people like, why are
Hmm.
you talking to Victor Mom? For what? What is the reason
Yep.
to talk to him?
40 years old, 40 something odd years old. And first of all, she doesn't necessarily upfront look like an 18-year-old. So when she said that he's coming at her, okay, maybe he didn't know that, but
He knows.
he probably does. And some
He
people
knows
aren't
that's
going
the
to
girl
care.
because I recognized her as soon as I seen it from videos a couple of years
Yeah,
ago
I
when
did
she
my
was a
own
baby.
research to see who she was.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, too, with that being spoken, given the situation, I don't think she should be doing what she's doing.
Yeah, she needs to
I
chill
think
out.
she still needs to deal with all of that. I think that still needs to be dealt with. I think she needs to go and maybe get some therapy or what have you and deal with that because she went straight from that situation to coming at him, like mixing with all these people and beefing with them. She got into the beef too. Think about it. Everybody, all of them, they all beef. It goes without fail. That should tell them something. She went from being a potential one of his girls, right? Dealing with him, talking to him, going, get ready to go out there, gave him $1,000 of her money, sending him nudes. Whatever the whole, I didn't watch the whole interview with her. She did a exposed interview or whatever, I think, with Nature, what's the name? Pharaoh.
Mm-hmm.
Doing, come on now, think about all this happening to you. And she got the beefing with Nature Boy, started exposed channels and stuff on Instagram, became cool with Jazzy somewhat. And I know I'm saying things out of order, but her and Jazzy got into a beef. She was cool with Ashe and somewhat. Her and Ashe got into a beef. She was supposed to be exposing Ashe over Ashe's business, selling the Colado Silver. I mean, man, come on with all that. That's way too much. 18
It's
years
too
old?
much. And these are
No.
grown people that she getting into this with too. With grown people that should be trying to mentor her instead of trying to argue with her.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I listened to her, and it sounds like she has a passion for, trying to talk with the young ladies and helping them. And I remember her saying that there was a lot of females that did approach her that were underage and was telling her that Nature Boy had been talking to them and getting money from them. So it seems like she has, you know, young people that will come to her. And so, that might be a position for her or even a passion, but out here online dealing with all this stuff and I get that she's probably hurt coming from because I don't know if her news were exposed. I'm not sure about that. I know they were talked about. Um, I know a lot of people was, picking on her, whatever, about the situation. She's done beef with a lot of people time and time again. This is just a lot. Now talking about Vic and what now have a that man is 40 something odd years old. I mean, I don't know what her mother is, but
That's
18.
what I'm saying. But she says she doesn't have a good family foundation.
Yeah. Yeah, she need to be. I could see her doing a lot, being very helpful behind the scenes, doing some counseling, mentoring, but also getting counseling herself. But it's like these days, people don't want to be behind the scenes. They want to be all up front. It's like they want to
Hmm.
be, see me,
But
hear
they just
me.
want to hear themselves talk. They want to be yapping, and there's nothing getting done when they're busy yapping. Especially when they're yapping about bull crap that doesn't even matter. They're just like really just yapping about nothing, and it's not making any type of differences.
Well, they fighting about something, so it got to be something more to it than that. It's like maybe they want credit for doing something big in their lives. Maybe they want attention. Maybe some of it does have to do with money, but I don't really necessarily think it's a money. I think it's credit, attention, achievement,
I think it's more
accomplishment.
than anything, it's attention because black people. This is the first time really that black people are
Hmm.
able to even get heard on anything, and they snap, I got like 3,000 people listening to
Yeah.
me. I got 5,000 people listening to me. That's good to them. But see, what like I say, y'all not using your platforms for what you should be using them for. You need to be using them platforms to uplift your community. You're using it for the wrong reason. You up there yapping and stuff. You just a part of the regular media. You need to
Hmm.
uplift your black people.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say regular. I'd say the regular dysfunctional community, because you can go to
Hmm.
any dysfunctional home or dysfunctional neighborhood and see two people arguing. Or somebody just,
That's why I said they literally acting like they're probably acting in real life. That's probably just how they do in real life. They're messy. They're full of drama.
hmm,
They need that
yeah. Because
attention.
once you
Or
get
maybe they don't
comfortable,
have friends in real life. Maybe they don't have friends in real life. You never know what's going on behind the camera.
yeah, yeah. Because it's become real sad to me. I don't know how much you've been looking or peeping in on the beef. I haven't. I just recently started really paying attention. Before that, I was just like, oh
I just
shoot,
don't.
kind of like
Yeah, I just don't.
they shooting, go the other way. But when I heard
Hmm.
about the baby part, that's when I was like, hold up, let me see.
That's
You
the
know,
only thing that even with the Legio thing like a couple of months ago when I seen the babies, I before then I wasn't, I felt bad, and I seen the fact that Eliana had the baby, and I seen the pops get ready to go over there, whatever. I was like, whoop whoop, that's what's up, they need to get the baby from over there. That's good. I feel sorry for the babies. I used to say that. But then when I seen the babies go over there, that's when I did a video. I hadn't done no videos. My daughter was making fun of them and everything on her videos. But when we seen the kids over there skirt,
yeah.
now it's serious. That's when I made. I didn't care about the rest of whatever they do because adults gonna do what they're gonna do regardless. You
Mhm.
can't really control an adult. If you have a good family foundation and you standing up for yours, and you're gonna get in there, you're gonna stand up for your family. Your family probably not even gonna be over there. But if you don't, then you end up in situations like that. That's what happens when you're not nurturing your offspring. You end up in situations and you can't do anything about that all the time. But somebody should be standing up there for those babies.
Right. My thing is, and I'm not sure if maybe it's just me. What when they post baby on a naked, I don't like it.
I don't think they should be posting it like that either. But you know that the society, the system that we live in, they have it where they get ready to even vote in that it's okay for pedophilia. So it used to be against the law or illegal to have pictures like that online posted, but
Mhm.
now it's not.
Yeah, because I don't think it's innocent.
It's very
You
inappropriate.
know.
It's very inappropriate. He
Yeah.
could be putting those pictures up there just to sell on the black market. You feel me? It's very inappropriate.
Yeah, but that even with the diaper on, I just be like, man, put her some clothes on because I feel like
It's
he be
being
doing
done
that
for the
on
wrong
purpose.
reasons. Yeah.
Like I feel like she's a beautiful baby. Don't I mean, come on, she's
She's
beautiful.
gorgeous. She's gorgeous.
My energy behind his purpose when he posts her, I always get an eerie feeling that it's something else to it, you know. And when they did those, they did like I don't know, it was like 10 of them, and I was like, why didn't nobody report the page for that, you know?
I
And
thought the page
so
had
many
gotten
white
report. I
people
thought it
so
had
many,
gotten reported.
huh?
I thought it had gotten reported. Reported.
You know, well, I know that page didn't come down. I think it's still up there. As far as I know, the pictures of her when she was naked.
Mm. No,
It's
I
like
didn't
I
see
didn't
that.
hear nobody say anything about it. And I was like, really? And the way that they every angle and I mean they went as far as they could. It was just every time they post her, I just think about that. Cause they don't really never have her on any clothes. And I get that they're supposed to be this natural community, but we know that they're not.
Exactly. Exactly.
We know
That's
that
right
they're
there.
not.
That's
And
y'all didn't start off
she
like
had
that.
on
You
waist
stood off
beads.
sick. You started off sick, and now you're bringing
She
these
had on
babies
waist
into
beads.
this.
And I know what waist beads are for. Like I don't even understand why people like I'm debating whether or not I'm even gonna sell them because I mean I wear them, but it's like everybody wearing them in public now. Like what the hell? But hey, that's society. Do what you want to do because they ass backwards anyway. But since when do babies wear waist beads?
I'm not even
And it's like
understanding what are waist beads for. I thought it was like jewelry.
I mean you can Google them. They're mainly an African tradition,
Mm-hmm.
but they're to let I don't know if I can get through it
No, I don't want
because
to hear
when
that.
I
If it's
think
got, but
about
that's
the
putting
pictures
out the
that
wrong.
they
That's a
had
bad
her up
signal.
there,
Yeah.
it really I'm when I tell you it takes me I'm trying to prevent from saying something that is not going to be good coming out my mouth, okay? About
That's a
what I
bad
really want to do
signal to
to
put out there.
Eliana and
Yeah.
Eligio. Because they know what they're doing. They know they
Mm-hmm.
know what the hell they doing. Waist beads is supposed to alert the man that you're available, and the parents that really give them to the
Mm.
child, the daughter, when she's older. To and sometimes in some traditions they have a bell on them so that when she walks
Mm-hmm.
by, because you don't see them, only your man is supposed to see them. To be honest, but this is society.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody got them out all over the place. I'm like, that's how we get down now. We just wearing waist beads all out now. Okay, whatever, whatever. So sometimes they'll put a bell on it, right? And so when she walks by, the guy can hear the bell. He knows that okay, she's available. I can choose her, possibly for marriage or whatever. So you gonna put your baby on some waist beads and you gonna put her on the internet naked, motherfucker?
He's probably selling, doing something.
10 pictures.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he cut that camera as close as he possibly could. Man, he had a hair slick down. I mean, I never forget that. And some people might be listening, and they might think I'm tripping, but I know I ain't tripping.
Well, I mean, you got kids in a sex cult, so no, you're not tripping. It's a
Right,
sex cult. They have said it's a
right,
sex cult. They have said what they do. That he has said. I have videos on my page that shows that he says that nothing should be hidden from kids. Kids should know about those type of things that's going on, sexual things. He said that. He said
right.
that he's gonna be walking around. He's not gonna make your kids feel comfortable. He's gonna walk around like he's gonna be in front of your kids. Like you said, this is nothing that
Thank you.
this is y'all not no natural people. You guys are sick people, and you're doing
Hmm.
this around babies.
Like you said about them jumping on that trampoline in the rain, posting a video, then go act like they don't know what happened to their profile. And where did babies be? That's a good question. We don't see no bassinet. We don't see no baby crib.
Nowhere near
Um,
that trampoline. So where was the
mhm.
babies at?
Oh wow. Okay, I see what you're saying. That was all the women right there.
That was all the women. Where was the babies
Yeah,
at?
yeah,
Y'all
it
got that's
was.
why I said a while ago. Y'all got pedophiles in that camp. Y'all have rapists in that camp. Where are those babies at? When y'all out there acting
Mm,
like a fool. When y'all got kids.
hmm. Totally naked on a trampoline.
Yep.
Yeah, so when they're doing that thing in the bed,
Well, remember
hey,
the little young 16-year-old said that they were right. All of them slept in the same room, and the dudes were trying to come and sleep with her right when she had her baby right there by her, because that's just what they do.
oh, this is the one that they put out with the baby.
Yeah, the one that they were beating her baby.
Yeah, she's not the one that died though, right? Because
No, his the one that died. They said that was Eligia's ex-wife that died. They said she
hmm.
she killed the baby and then killed herself when she found out that she had contracted something from him.
Okay, I was trying to find out how they died, and I never did get an answer to that.
Yeah, that's according
Wow,
to my findings. That's according to my findings. That's what happened with that situation.
I never could get. I heard a car crash, but I'm like, interesting. So it must have been HIV. It could have been. It had to be either that or herpes, because those two, they're saying they don't have a cure for it. And she must have had given it to a baby. I mean, the
Probably
baby
had.
had
She
to.
didn't. She didn't want the baby to have to go through anything.
That's his baby,
And he
and he
still
don't
got
have no
12-year
care.
old too.
He don't have no concern. It's like he don't care about Mama Dia. Neither do any of the other ones.
Nope, they don't. They just killed that lady off. But I say when it's all said and done, they're gonna be bored to their knees.
Yeah, B-Ra Nature in the chat says she heard it was a car crash. I mean, I heard that too, but like she said, it could have been still suicide,
Yeah, it could have
murder,
definitely been a
suicide, or whatever.
suicide. Yeah.
Wow. Is that the one that he put out with the waffle? Or
Nah, that wasn't a waffle girl.
can you imagine? I mean, but think about this though. Can you imagine the level of sickness it has to be for his people, his followers? And I get that some of them are new. And this is kind of a reason why, I do commentary and I do make sure that I kind of be thorough sometimes, especially when he do stuff like he tried to pull yesterday. Ask me anything, I'll explain it. Because that works for a lot of people.
Hmm.
A lot of people know they don't really care about doing no research. They don't care about listening to what other people say. They don't want to check stuff out. They don't want to listen to you. And it's easy for him to, but what I don't get is like when people hear stuff like this and they still like, dude, you got one baby mama and son dead. You got what, uh, four
I
or
think he got
three
like
other
four, three. I think he got 3 or 4 in the states.
sons. That he can say what he want to say because he went from denouncing them to, yeah, I do care about them, but denouncing them again. So now he just stuck at I love him, I care about him, but hey, it's just not meant to be. Basically, that's where he's stuck at now. I mean, he could say that, but at the end of the day, we see what it is.
I mean, if you see how he treats his kids, so they don't need to be around him anyway. I mean, I
Hmm.
showed that video on my page about how he treats his little boy when his little boy Osiris, when Osiris is over there.
Oh my God. When I put that video up, do you know I got pushback from dudes?
Oh well, they didn't do that on mine. It's up, and the dudes that's egging that on, they suffer from a mental illness.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, you have a much better audience than, yeah. One guy I had to run his little ass on away from here for good. I mean, they was just trying to explain it. They was trying to basically pull a jazzy. I'm gonna have to call it pulling a jazzy. They was basically trying to say, you don't tell a guy how to raise a man or a boy or whatever. And I get that part. And it wasn't because in my I did narration on it as I usually do, and I wasn't even making it about that. I was clear about how he was being abusive to the little boy.
He was being
With the
very
way he
abusive
was
to the
talking
little
about.
boy.
Thank you, thank you. I mean,
My
it's.
thing is, you first of all,
I
you
mean, the
got
boy.
you got men trying to people talking about something you don't raise. That's not how you raise a man. He's not a man. First of all, that's a baby. A little baby is what he
Thank you,
was, which needs love and care. If that baby fall down in the mother said that he was used to Elijah picking him up. That's the reason why he turned and looked at him like that, because he probably can't believe that his father was talking to him that way. She said that Elijah was not like he is. This dude just switched over. He changed up. He won't like that. So this baby's looking back at his dad like, pick me up. You don't talk to a kid like that. He's
wow.
little nigga
And you
this
know
and
what
all
you're
that.
saying? Not to cut you off, but you can continue. I just want to throw this in here. I didn't even hear that part of her testimony. I didn't even know that. So that's even more shocking to me. You know, um, that had to be harder on him.
Yeah.
Like, wow,
Look how my dad talking to me. Yeah.
that's
That's
crazy.
the reason when
But
you look at I can feel it when you look in that baby's face when he turned around and looking at his dad like, dang, what did I do? And just understand that baby was over there dealing with whatever, who knows what, for 5 months.
hmm totally different than what? Yeah, dang. Wow. Barefoot in the doggone jungle, like he grew up in it, like he a jungle boy, like he grew up in there, and
Yeah,
his
he
feet
didn't
is.
grow up like he was Tarzan. Come on now.
I couldn't believe it. And they was like, "Oh, you gotta be tough out here in this world, cause if you're not tough, this world will chew you up, spit you out. Y'all don't understand. Men gotta be tough." So,
If
and
you
I'm just
start in a
like,
different world, if you start in a new tribe, then that's not the way you're gonna start it up. I thought you're not in that system. If you start in a new tribe, a new world, you want a new way of thinking, then you would take that negative thinking out immediately.
yeah, I was surprised to see people excuse the way he was treating him, and then try to make it, about you're not supposed to tell them that how to raise a boy and all of that. I mean,
Yeah,
clearly it
well,
was.
your audience must be totally different from mine, because mine they was
Yeah,
not feeling that at all.
yeah, it wasn't the time to try to have that kind of argument. I mean, sometimes you're gonna have to step in. I mean, no one is trying to override a guy, because I mean, I'm not a dude, so I don't know what that's like. But if I see a guy, I have common sense to know when he's being abusive to a boy. I mean, come on. You think
Exactly.
I'm just gonna stand here and not say nothing? Like, Florida, Florida be scared to say James. Like, what the hell? I was like, that's crazy. So all the stuff that they be seeing and they just let slide. Just like, okay, now you know what? I'm glad I remember this. I would be so mad if we'd have got off this live stream and I would forget to even have this conversation. What are you thinking? Because we don't have any proof. But what are your thoughts on the allegations about Eliana possibly hurting the baby at times?
I think it could definitely be true. And the reason why I say that is because of the simple fact of remember when they got into that little squabble and right before her hair got cut off? And
Mm-hmm.
remember that baby, how you could hear that baby screeching and screaming in that background? I feel like she did something to that
One of my
baby that day.
jobs, I had to take it down because that one had me in tears.
Yeah, I feel like she did something to that baby that day. I feel like she would do something and harm that baby because she hates herself. To me, she hates herself because she's so much like this dude that she didn't, and she doesn't like the fact that she is. The baby has come out to look exactly like Elysia. I believe that Eliana would hurt that baby.
Mm.
And that's the reason why I think for more than anything that her family needs to go over there and get that baby.
You know what else though? I think because another one too, where man, she had me dropping a couple too in this one. When she was going in on her father
Mhm.
after, damn, was it after he had came there and left? I think, but she was going in on her father so bad that the baby was in the back, and this is no, yeah, no, this is I think this is the day they ran into him or something like that,
Mhm.
and the baby was in the back coughing and hacking and everything. And yeah, and Eligio was like, "Yeah, we need to take her to the joint. We need to take her to the joint." And she was too busy in the camera talking junk to her father, and the baby was back there hacking and coughing, and she didn't even, yeah, she didn't even flinch. And it's like, how in the world? And this is after everybody has been telling her and telling her and telling her that she needs to take the baby to the doctor. I was like, this woman don't care about that baby.
She don't care nothing about that baby. That's that time, just like the time when she was massaging him down on live. And instead of you going to get your baby, you hear the baby. Like your baby's in the back or wherever with child molesters and prostitutes and rapists, and you're in there giving this dude a massage while you hear this baby crying. And the fact that the baby cries really bad. They say the baby cries really bad when she's getting changed as well.
Hmm. Yeah, he used to say it's because the baby didn't like being exposed to the cold wind, which some newborns be like that. But you know what? They warm up
I thought it was hot
to
there where they was at, though, remember?
exactly. And this is the thing. It's so hot down there that it's hard to believe that that would even be an issue
Yeah, because that's just something that he made
unless they
up.
had the fans on,
I mean,
huh?
the fans feel like if it's that hot, the fan is only going to whip around hot air. We all know that.
Right. So being that you said that, he really don't get no leeway for that argument at all. Because I mean, I've seen plenty of babies, and I know that that could be an issue when they're newborn. You know, because you open up that diaper, and you know it's cold air to them, and they just want to stay warm. But as the baby was getting older, the baby was still doing it. It's like, come on now. The baby eventually gets used to it. So it's like, what's up? And the baby cried the whole entire diaper change,
The
loud
baby
and
probably
hard.
got rashes, probably got bad rashes. If she's ignoring the baby, she's probably not changing the baby like she's supposed to be.
And that could be an issue too. That could cause the baby to cry too,
I'd be going to
having
get
a
my
rash.
baby. I'd be going to get my grandbaby. Shit, forget that.
And the only reason why I didn't really say rash is because having a rash will make the baby cry, period. Not only when it's getting changed, but I mean, it would make it cry when it get changed because you wiping that raw and stuff like that. It's just, I don't know, but
If you're doing it and you don't have any type of care, and
yeah.
whoever's changing the baby, because I know the baby's not just getting changed by them. They don't care
One
nothing
thing
about
that
them
makes me
babies.
curious is every time we see Eliana,
She's with
she
Rob.
is holding on to that baby for dear life, though, and we know she don't. She don't care about that baby like that. And then you gotta wonder, being such a young girl, don't she get burnt out and stressed out from being a breastfeeder? Because I breastfed my children.
But Robbie having Eliana a lot too, though.
Yeah,
And you wonder why is it okay for her to touch his baby but not his food?
yeah, exactly. Something is up with that. And you can't call her your wife and say that you sleep with her and exchange energy with her, and she can't cook your food, which I don't really know if I believe that they're sleeping together. But then again, he's a sex demon, so I think he sticks anything. So I don't know about the food part. So I just don't know. But I don't know if she has the baby a lot. I think it's just that she's we see her other than Eliana with the baby, and then who else? Really nobody except for Aya maybe sometimes. So I don't know if it's really a lot. I just think she has the baby other than Eliana more than anybody else. In my opinion, I see Eliana always holding on to that baby. Not playing with her, not talking to her, not regular interactions, but just sitting there holding on to that baby like it's her blankie.
But you gotta realize too, we don't see what's going on if they don't got the cameras on.
True,
So only time we do get to see is when they have the camera on, and they don't have it on as much as they used to no more.
true. That's true. That's true. Uh, that's true.
So he may not even allow her to bond with that baby because he's so into them doing for him.
Doing
So
whatever
she
he
that
wants
may
to
be her
do.
only times to bond with the baby. It is on camera.
But you can tell there's not much interaction going on with that baby. No, not much stimulation. Although
Yeah,
the
because
baby
he's
is
probably not
fast and
allowing it. He's
intelligent.
probably not allowing it. He's probably trying to put. He's gonna try to separate the two. So he's probably not allowing it. What we seeing on camera is probably her interaction that she gets with that baby.
Mhm. Yeah, I think she's advanced and she's intelligent by nature. Like, but you could tell that she's not being intentionally stimulated. Like, you could tell when somebody's always playing with the baby and talking to the baby what toy have you seen the baby with? I saw the baby playing with a Sharpie.
They not gonna buy that baby no
That
toy.
baby is 4 months old. I saw
I
the
think
baby
the
playing
baby
with an
should
orange.
be five. She should be like 5 months old now, right?
Okay, at 4 or 5 months old, that baby should have toys and things that stimulate her all kind, her coordination, her hands, her thoughts, her mind. Um, they was quick to buy her a pacifier
Mm-hmm.
after they got through using Aya. They was
I
quick
didn't
to buy
agree
her a
with
little
that either. I did
swing.
not agree with that at all.
It's like they just do random dumb stuff for just because they think it'll make them get more viewers or make them more cool. And it's like, so when they bought her the swing and they bought her, what else did they buy her? Something else, but nothing after that. I'm just like waiting. No books they haven't read. Oh, he hate books. He said hate books.
He bought her some hate books.
No, I was waiting for them to buy her book and read it to her, but I forgot he said he hates books. He
Probably
literally
because he
said
can't
he hates
read.
books.
Nah, he can read. We know he can read.
Yeah, I think he can
He be
read
reading
now.
everybody else's stuff and using it.
Mm-hmm. He can type well enough, and he usually spells it right. So I think he
He's
can
probably
read.
gonna make it so she's dumbfounded though. She's not gonna. She's gonna. He's trying to make her have his mind.
Yeah, that's probably it. Because I guess if you stimulate her, if you too much, and she starts to figure out stuff too much, then she'll figure out that she don't want to be there, or she don't want to do this and she don't want to do that. But that's probably like the best thing that he could ever want, to have a baby born in his coat, and he could teach her from day one that whatever I'm saying to you, whatever I'm showing you, is the way it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And when I think about all that she could be witnessing,
And she's probably just gonna think that that's the way it's supposed to be.
yeah, having knowing what it is to grow up in a family of incest, yeah, and knowing that I know Eliana she ain't SHIT. I mean, she ain't.
She will definitely probably more
She
than
ain't.
likely allow him to do whatever he wants to do with her child.
I believe it. I believe it.
And that is the reason why those grandparents need to get over there and get that baby.
I just feel like until he's ready to admit that he know his daughter ain't no good, it's like he full of it too. Because he knows it.
I
I
hope
mean,
he
look at
know it.
all
He can
he
see it
knows it.
every day. I'm sure he know he should
Yeah,
know
she's
it.
proved it. Like she's proved it. She defends him no matter what he does. So I don't put nothing past her at all. So he said that he said he said that Eligio said that the baby was supposed to be his new wife. I mean, this is a dude that let a dog lick on him.
I never could find that right there. That's one thing I could never find that.
I think that's the one when he was sitting in the room with the bunk beds.
Mhm.
Is that the one when he was finally you know what, Miss Trish? How you doing? You could be close to right, because they did say that they was gonna stop breastfeeding when she turned 6 months. So he slipped and said it though, because as long as you're constantly,
He said when
constantly
she turns
breastfeeding,
what?
when the baby turns 6 months, he slipped and
Oh.
said it. He tried to correct it, but he meant it. Somebody was doing a Q&A, and they was asking him, do they feed the baby? And he was like, nah. And they was asking how long would she breastfeed, and he said we're gonna stop when she gets 6 months, just like she said Sheba ain't pregnant no more. And that's another story right there too. But he said, yeah, we're gonna stop when she gets 6 months. And then he said, yeah, we probably, he tried to clean it up, but I think he wants to get her pregnant again. And she said already real soon. And it's like, as long as you're constantly breastfeeding, it's a good what you call it, form of birth control. It's not 100%, but it within the first 6 months is definitely because it prevents you from getting your first cycle. So until you get your first cycle, you're not gonna get pregnant. So he probably just want to stop so he can get her pregnant. And I don't know what your thoughts are about Sheba and that C-section. So I'm gonna ask before I give my thoughts.
I think that it was a scam. That's what I think, because I don't see her Sheba out there the other day jumping around on a trampoline, and she just got
Mm-hmm.
stitches. So I believe it was a scam just to get that money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And I think she had the baby before they actually told us that she did. But she definitely didn't have a
He
C-section.
probably most definitely had that baby nice and early. You see how tiny that baby looks. That baby, those pictures probably are just. I mean, we don't know really what's going on behind the scenes, but
Mm-hmm.
that baby looks so sickly, so sickly.
Mm-hmm. 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 And that's why I showed last night the picture of the baby, because the recent picture she showed, it does look like the baby looks a lot better than, man, when I seen those pictures of her and True smiling like a Cheshire cat, and she holding that baby on the side of her arm like it's a 6 or 9 month old baby, and that's a newborn baby, fragile, looking like a I think that baby was a preemie.
He had to be a preemie. He probably was born too early because she wasn't eating right, not getting the right
Hmm.
nourishment.
Hmm. Yeah, I think when they went to the hospital, they was going to pick that baby up, not have the baby.
You're probably right.
And that's why I keep telling people, all of them will go along with his scams. They will lie to you. And that's why Sheba, when everybody said, "Where's Sheba? Where's Sheba?" Sheba had already had her baby. That's why Eliana was, Sheba not pregnant no more.
He
That
took that
came out her mouth.
her fast. He took that camera off of her fast.
You see how you looked at her?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that clip? How he looked at her? You know she was telling the truth. She had that baby already. So these are the things that people have to keep in mind, so you can understand that they participate in his schemes and his lies, but they using these children, and Sheba just did a stream talking about, how did I heal so fast? Well, this is how, guys. I cut that thing off. Heal from what? She's trying to say she healed quickly from a C-section and a recent one and that. No, you've been had that baby. So I mean, the baby does look like it's getting better. So I'm happy about, because those pictures are very scary that she and True had up. Like, I don't know what's going on. And they were smiling. Oh my God, did you see those pictures?
My thing about it is she had sex with a pedophile, and you're proudly prancing it around line like that's cool.
I don't understand it. And she had a baby with him. I mean, I'm glad it's a boy, but who knows?
I mean, they
Because,
molest boys too, though.
yeah, he they agree with doing either or. They don't see anything wrong with it. I don't think people really, when people, I see, this is the thing that I keep saying. I don't think people really understand why it's important that carbonation is an issue, because they keep having children. And then, Nature Boy lies and retracts. He keeps telling people, oh, you can bring your children. But then when he's in hot water, he wants to act like it's something different going on. Like, what do you mean? Like, all this stuff is not on the internet. Yeah,
That's
like he
the
be
game
putting his
he's
stuff out
playing.
on private meetings. What'd you say?
I said that's the sick game that he's playing that needs to be taken offline.
Hmm. It does. I don't understand what's taking so long. I mean, I really don't. I mean, I think the people who want to be part of the takedown crew, I don't know. I don't know what the issue is. I just don't think that they're fit for the job or whatever. But I think as far as people who have authority to do something about this dude, I mean, they can see everything that's going on. They just don't
It's the
care.
system that we live in, and the thing about it, if it were some Caucasians or another nationality, it wouldn't be still online.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see nobody else doing that.
Yeah, because they don't flaunt their stuff like that
Yeah, they're
anyway.
not gonna flaunt that stuff, and we shouldn't be doing it either.
They keep it hidden because
If we
their
can't
intention
see
is
it,
to
we
get
can't do
away
nothing
with
about it. But yeah, if we can't see it, we can't do nothing about it. But if we see it, damn it, we need to do something about it. Point blank.
it. Mm-hmm. Agree. Agree. Like they can't just. I get that people feel like, oh, grown people doesn't have children all they want to. No, they shouldn't be able to have children all willy nilly and invite people with children over there so they can do all this sick stuff.
He's doing
They shouldn't.
genocide on his own people. Genocide on his own people.
Mm-hmm. He is. He is. Like, how can you look at the stuff that's going on and just be like, oh, well, like, I don't know. I don't
How can
understand
you
it.
take up for it like it's all good? Taking up for it.
It's crazy. Like, it's insane. I don't even understand it at all. Like, half the stuff that be going on. It's just insane. Let's see who is popping in the chat. Uh, Coco with marshmallows. Hey, best friend. Jalen, what's going on? Is that Jalen? I'll see you in a minute. Hey, Michael.
I'm gonna have to get you to help me show me how to do this live thing on the Hangouts. I'm gonna have to
Yeah,
talk to
I
you
would
about
definitely
that because
do
I
that.
do not know how to do it.
Mm-hmm. Be by nature. He said he put the girl with the baby that died out in the dark in Costa Rica. Come on now. That's cold. I don't even know what he put her out for. But just think about that. Pretty much everybody who had a child by him, he tried to kill one of them. He put the other one out. And the one he put out for eating a waffle.
Oh,
And
I
then
seen her talk. I forgot what her name is.
yeah, I forgot her name too. But to add insult to injury, they was online and he had Musa making waffles for a minute. When people was talking about it, and he was bragging about how Musa make the best waffles, and he had this elaborate. They had a same waffle maker you'll find in a doggone hotel lobby. Like, if this dude ain't evil, I don't know what is.
He's evil.
They was
Very.
eating waffles almost every day, only because people was talking about that shit. While he was lying, talking about I didn't put her out because of no waffle.
While he was lying, exactly.
And right before that, he said, we don't even eat waffles over here. Proverbs 31 piece. I haven't seen her before. Said they are warned for sexual enticing. Mona H. She said, I think Nature Boy is selling naked pictures and videos of them. Now, you know, when people said this before, I said, I don't see how when he's already putting them on somebody puts them on Instagram. You could just get it, you know. But then they turned around and showed that he had like videos and stuff on the porn site. So I don't know.
Yeah, I heard he had a porn site thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
But they're doing this in front of those babies.
They are. And I mean, I hate to. I mean, because you imagine, like, if the baby is there, baby is woke or whatever. What if a baby accidentally reach out cry, want you to pick them up, and inappropriately, just like touch a part of your body or something. What you going to encourage the baby to do something? Remember what he said. My son, he comes up. Y'all know how that story went.
Exactly.
So
He's glorifying himself. It sounded like he was just like really feeling manly about it too.
he
Like he
was
did a good
bragging on
deed.
that video.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. I mean, he was going way too hard in that video last night to try to say that he's not a pedophile.
Oh, he made a video about that last night?
Yeah, when he was trying to tell everybody they can call in and he'll explain anything and everything, and he was trying to talk about the video with his son, and he was trying to talk about people putting up their address and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he was saying, he's not a pedophile. People are putting the women and children there in danger by putting up his videos, his address. I meant,
The women and children are already in danger being there.
yeah. It's like, what is somebody gonna fly out to Venezuela and attack the children and the women there?
Exactly. Good point.
So how is someone putting them in danger? He's not popular there. I mean, he's popular pretty much everywhere else. Even nobody's gonna come and attack those children and the women. And if he's the almighty everything and he got all those guys there, why would the women and children be in danger? So, I don't necessarily agree with just putting addresses out, which Eliana's father is doing that too. So I just kind of don't
I
understand
don't see the need
with
for
it.
the addresses to really be posted if nobody's really doing anything. People posting the addresses doing that but making him move around
Mm-hmm.
and bounce the kids about some more. So it's
Yeah,
like
and
unless
so
something's gonna be done, there's no need to post the addresses.
yeah,
Unless somebody gonna do some stuff like they did when they went to get the little Osiris baby. Like the Hebrews got together when they got the baby. I'm sure they didn't post the address either though.
right. And it would hurt their chances of getting him, finding him stable, pass it to each other.
So
That's
it's
what
like
I was
why
saying.
post the address?
Uh-huh. Exactly. And that's what I was questioning. Like, especially with the father, that's your grandbaby that they're, and the more you stress them out, the more that they could possibly be taken out on the baby.
Yeah, the more that you post the address, the more that they're gonna be bouncing around.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're outside of that door with paperwork and the proper authorities to go ahead and pick up everybody that you need up out of that house, it's really no need to post the address. I don't see the reason why.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's what I was saying. And they got a
I
newborn
mean,
there
so then
too
it
now.
starts making you look at certain people like upside down, like what's going on? What kind of game is it?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly. When you have a newborn there, and each time that they move, they're experiencing these different pathogens, bacteria, all this other stuff, and you notice, and you think it's
Are
funny
you
among
switching?
them,
The
like,
mothers are just wide open. The mothers just had these babies. They're not fully. I mean, even Eliana, she's not fully healed. She just had a whole human only 4 or 5 months ago. Her body's not healed.
It makes all of them more mentally unstable, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a threat
Yep.
of them taking it out on the children, and it means more things that the children can experience stress wise from the adults. So I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Every time I see it, I just don't get it. It's like as soon as they get somewhere, they immediately start going on a campaign. Uh, oh, Shaquille
To find
officially
a way
wants
to
to be
post the
married.
address.
Yeah, to find his
My
location.
thing, yeah, to
And
find the
then as
address.
soon as
If
they
you
get it,
find the
they
address,
post
what's the
it.
address for? What are you posting the address for?
I'm glad you understanding what where I'm coming from and what I've been thinking the whole time, because if that's the case, they already communicate with each other behind the scenes. Soon as you feel like you want to know where he's at, y'all should be discussing this in the message box. You should never even let him know that you even care about where he's at. So let him feel
Yeah.
good and comfortable. Let them babies adjust to their environment.
Let the babies
Breathe
chill.
clean air.
Yeah, let the babies chill. They just got through running.
Mhm. You could run the risk that that newborn could die
Could die.
just from having to be snatched up and moved. You know, even baby Eliana now, especially this is what I don't get and what I don't appreciate. You can't tell me 1 minute that somebody has told you that the mother does things to baby Eliana when she's not happy or stressed out about something. And then you want to continue to add stress to the situation by forcing them to have to leave. And I say this about other stuff too, because when I see the father post stuff that he's ratting on her about, that
Mm-hmm.
he's told or said or whatever, and I'm like, okay, so if he's gonna be her butt, all this is gonna happen in front of the baby. Somebody's gonna take something out on the baby.
I mean, you see him snatching her around and talking to her like crap in front of them on live anyway.
Hmm. And then you remember
So this
that
baby
day,
is used to this.
yeah. You remember that day when her hair got cut off and she went to storm off and he went to try to snatch her up
Mm-hmm.
and something happened in the back and the baby was screaming or whatever. I know you brought this up earlier, but I mean that's just a prime example right there. I mean
And
that
what
alone
if
would
he
be.
does that on camera, if he does it on camera,
Mhm.
then imagine what he does
Mhm.
off the camera.
Yeah, that alone would be enough to make me not want to add to the stress of the situation. But I have seen time and time again them post stuff that you know would have them quarreling, if you will, which in
Right.
turn always adds to problems for that baby. So I just be like, I don't get it. So I've said things that have pissed people off, and they come, well, he's just he has to do this because Eliana lies, or it's always an excuse. But my thing be, I'm just like, okay. I mean, but you can't predict the reaction though. You can't predict the outcome. It's the ego thing at the end of the day, because if he snapped 1 minute too hard, or she snapped too hard because of how he snapped, because she's sick too. And now that people are saying she do stuff to the baby, What if she go take something out on the baby in the end of it all? So, peace, everybody coming in. B. Ross says they were at a restaurant and she didn't want to eat there because of morning sickness, and they were on a live back then when it was happening. You talking about Pocahontas or Eliana? I'm not sure. Hey, Maddie. Greetings. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm supposed to be going to this uh
What's wrong, Mama?
event and everything they having. I told them I would catch up with them. I'm not sure. I might do something else. I might catch up with them later, because I'm really like doing too many like crowds. So yeah, but this is crazy though. It really is. So I appreciate you coming on, chopping it up. You're welcome back anytime. And make sure you let everybody who has just come in um, know everything you want to say about your situation and your niece, or let them know your Instagram, your channel. Are you watching my
Yeah.
live now?
Who, me? What is your
Yeah.
YouTube? Because I'm not watching it. I was meaning to ask you what it was.
Soul Alchemy.
What is your YouTube?
It's Soul
Soul
Alchemy.
Alchemy.
hmm
Hold on one second.
You can drop your link in the chat.
Is Soul Alchemy all written together?
hmm
Can you spell it for me?
Two separate words: Soul Alchemy.
No, I'm asking you, spell alchemy for me.
ALCHEMY.
Okay. Sorry, yeah, I'm gonna have to go in a few minutes because she's really acting up too. Okay, here you go. Zion, what are you doing? Okay.
Yeah, put your link in there, and all you gotta do is just type something in the chat and tell them what your Instagram. Your Instagram is the same as your YouTube, right?
Yeah, my Instagram is Melanated Awareness,
Melanin
and my
awareness. Yeah.
YouTube is Dion Fields.
Okay. Okay. Well, what are your closing words? Anything you want to tell them about anything you have going on, anything you want to bring awareness to, where they can that.
What I wanted to say, I'm making moves in the background because I know sometimes I'm not online and everything. So if anyone does want to, link up to my page, I am trying to make moves inside of our community. I'm making my first move in our community with my niece. So people can follow the journey and know that there's a lot to do on the journey when you're working and you're working hard and loving your family. And we have to stand up, and we got to stand up strong, and we got to be consistent about it whenever we're doing what we're doing.
Right.
So that's all. I'm just basically showing the consistency of my journey. I have it on my YouTube. I mean, you guys can see me in there, but I have it on my YouTube, and then my Instagram it's up as well.
Okay. All right. Well, again, I appreciate you coming through. Y'all check her out on YouTube. And her Instagram name is actually, okay, she's put it in the chat. Melanated Awareness is also in the title. So definitely check her out. And I will be there checking you out.
Okay, and when I get ready, I'll definitely I'm gonna touch bases with you. Like I'll DM you about the whatever how to work this hangout thing. 'Cause I don't know how to work it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
And I appreciate you having me on, Queen. Definitely do. My grandbaby
Absolutely.
is ready to start acting up though.
I can hear her. Yeah. Okay. All right. Have a good evening, sis. Peace,
All right, you
everybody.
too. All right.
All right.
Peace and
Bye.
blessings.